just went out. I can't see anything. It's me, Sandra. Just a sec. I have some candles and a lighter here. Here's one candle. Here's two candles. And there is 3 candles. Come on, number 3. You got a light for me. There. Whew. That's much better. It's a good thing it's Christmas and Christmas time, and I've got candles out at Christmas time. I always like to have them out this time of the year. It's not really bright, but hopefully you can still see me a little bit. I had just started videoing when the power went out. That's bad timing, eh, for a School of the Rock lesson? Well, maybe you're like me and feel a little uncomfortable with the darkness. Do you have a night light with you in your room at night that you like to leave on? Or maybe you like to have your bedroom door open with the hall light on. Or some kids have those really cool LED lights around their room. Or one of those projection lights that show stars and planets on the ceiling. All those lights help people to feel safer and maybe a little less alone. My favorite kind of light when it's dark out is candlelight. I love the way the candles kind of flicker and they warm me up. Candles are soothing because they add light to the darkness. All it takes is one little candle to destroy the darkness and bring the light. Ah, there we are. Whew, I'm so glad the power came back on. I thought this whole lesson I was going to be in the dark. Now you can see my Christmas tree lit up and my fireplace came back on, thank goodness. And, oh, ha, silly me, I forgot I was wearing my light-up battery-powered necklace. I could have put that on while we were in the dark as well. Well, I think I'm going to leave my candles burning for now. These candles remind me of another light that helps to destroy darkness that the Bible talks about. Let's take a look at our Bible story found in John 1:1-14 to find out more about this light. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was already there. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. All things were made through him. Nothing that has been made was made without him. Life was in him, and that life was the light for all people. The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not overcome the light. There was a man sent from God. His name was John. He came to be a witness about that light. He was a witness so that all people might believe. John himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. The Word was in the world, and the world was made through him. But the world did not recognize him. He came to that, what was his own. But his own people did not accept him. Some people did accept him and did believe in his name. He gave them the right to become children of God. To be a child of God has nothing to do with human parents. Children of God are not born because of human choice or because a husband wants them to be born. They are born because of what God does. The Word became a human being. He made his home with us. We have seen his glory. It is the glory of the one and only who came from the Father, and the Word was full of grace and truth. So, who is John talking about in this passage when he said, the true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world? If you know, shout it out. Yes, it's Jesus. When Jesus was born, God had been silent for hundreds of years. He hadn't spoken to his people through any prophets for a long time. God's people were stuck under the rule of the Roman Empire. They were not treated well. The world felt dark. But Jesus came and brought hope and God's light to the world. In the Bible, light means all that is good, all that is true and holy. The light comes from God himself. The darkness mentioned in the Bible is the opposite of that. It's all things bad and sinful. Something cool about these verses is that they remind us that Jesus has been around since the beginning. He was long before we ever came into the scene. Then it talks about a man sent from God named John. Now this is a different John than the John who wrote the book that our story came from. And that John was one of Jesus' disciples. But the verse is talking about John the Baptist, who was a cousin to Jesus. He was sent to prepare the way for Jesus. These verses also call Jesus the Word because it meant something really special to the people in Jesus' day. Most of them spoke Greek. Saying that Jesus was the Word was a way to let people know that Jesus had a special job. He would connect people to God. When Jesus came to earth, he gave people hope. He brightened the darkness that God's people were living in. He gave people a chance at a new life. He gave people a chance at freedom from darkness, freedom from sin. Sometimes in the world today, it's hard to see Jesus' light. Things on the news may seem, well, yucky. You hear grown-ups talk about things that don't make sense. And even at school, you might see someone getting picked on and wonder, why is the world like this? When you feel that way, take a second to pray about what's happening. You can say a Bible verse that you have memorized or look a verse up and then write it down. Maybe you just need to sing a worship song. Remember, Jesus brightens even the darkest situations because he is the light of the world. Let's say our big idea together. Jesus brightens even the darkest situations. Well, thanks for joining me here today at School of the Rock for this first in our Christmas series. Come back next week and we'll talk more about the lights of Christmas. Bye for now.